Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. Finally, Michelle is my name, and for the longest time I've been wanting to start a YouTube channel, but I've always been quite the procrastinator, so I'm really happy that I'm finally doing it. I am a born-again Christian, a wife, a singer, and I also work as a flight attendant, so I'm hoping that my channel will offer you a little bit of travel, skincare, makeup, and singing. So pray for me on that. On today's video, I decided to just do a somewhat get ready with me featuring the Joanna K Palette. I really had fun creating this look, so I hope you subscribe, I hope you join. What do people say? Join the family? Well, just join. And without further ado, let's proceed to give you what you need. So I switched over to a voiceover, as you can see, and the angle is not really good, but it will get better in a second. Just bear with me. I've already done my brows off camera. I've primed my eye. I went in with the transition shade from the Joanna palette and the chocolate shade, and now I'm going in with a green matte from the Jaclyn Hill palette called Enchanted, and I'm just building up the shade, just the color and the pigment, and then I'm blending out the edges. So usually I have to go in with a primer just before my shadows, because I think it really makes the pigment show up more. And again, I'm just blending out the edges, so to make sure that there's no harsh lines, and going in to build that shade back and forth. I'm now blending the edges as well with a chocolate shade, just to make sure everything looks nice and seamless and there's no harsh lines. And yeah, I will do that back and forth. For this next step, again, I'm going in with Enchanted, and then I will pick up a slightly darker shade just to make the corner of my eye slightly darker to bring dimension, and then dragging it towards the center of my eye right before I go in with that shade. Now I'm going with the Feminist shade, which is a shimmer from the Joanna palette. This is a green shade. I hope it shows up on camera as green. Sometimes it kind of looks like blue or silver, so I really hope that it shows up as green. And then I'm building it up just to make it opaque. I'm now going in with that shade Enchanted again, just to kind of mesh the matte with the shimmer, and slightly with a darker shade again to create dimension just at the corner of my eye. And then I'm going to blend it all out, make everything seamless. And then I will finally go in with a fluffy brush that doesn't have any product in, just to kind of blend everything together and make sure everything is nice and smooth and has a gradient effect. I will list all the products that I used on this video down in the description box. For foundation, I'm going in with my Fenty, and I mix a little bit of Nars with it, because the Fenty gets a bit dry sometimes. And if you see me looking here, it's because my mirror is here. So yeah. Anyway, oh, I primed my face with the Hourglass Mineral Veil primer. What was I saying? Yeah, so I was just basically wanting to talk about tips, right? And tips when you're traveling and stuff like that. This wing and this wing are not the same. I need to pull this out a bit more. Okay, we'll do that in a second. So, you know how sometimes you get to the hotel, and this is mostly for flight attendants. So you get to the hotel and you're all talking at the lobby and telling each other how you're going to meet, what time you're going to meet, and how long, you know, and you're just basically talking really loudly. And everyone who's at the lobby is listening. So one time, I'll tell you a story. One time, I was at this hotel after the flight, and someone happened to ask me for my room number. So they said to me, "What's your room number?" And I just casually yelled my room number. So let's say 310 is my room number. Okay, I didn't say that exactly, not like that. I just said 310. And I think there were some guys there who were listening. I really don't know what happened, but after I got to my room, someone called and he was like, "Hi." So I was like, "Hi," and he said, "I saw you at the reception," and you know, I was just thinking, "You're such a beautiful girl," or something like that. And I was like, "You saw me at the reception, so how did you get my room number?" And he was just laughing, you know, like ha ha ha. And I'm just thinking, wait a minute. So I remembered telling my room number to someone, because this person wasn't obviously part of our crew, so he didn't know who I was. So how then did he get my room number? You know what I'm saying? So things like those, I know when people are on vacation, I know they don't think about stuff like that, and you end up just doing the most or just living your best, and then you get people either knowing what time you leave your room, what time you'll be away, and stuff like that, or your room number, and it's just not the safest. So yeah, and make sure to get your ear when you're doing your foundation as well. Oh, I forgot to spray my face. Usually I try to spray my face before I go in with foundation, just because sometimes my face tends to be dry, and Fenty is really mattifying. So yeah, I like to spray so I can have a bit of moisture to blend the foundation with. Anyway, so now moving on to concealer, and I'll just put very little concealer and actually cover it with foundation, because I don't want it to be super duper highlighted. I don't really like the super duper highlighted look, even though sometimes my makeup might turn out that way. It's not really a preference. Like, I prefer it to be more natural, to look like you've done something but made up but natural, if that makes any sense. And just put a little there as well, just to mute out any discoloration there, and that for good measure to balance your face. And then I think I will now spray. You can use any spray, Fix Plus, whatever you feel comfortable with. Okay, so I start with the places that don't have a lot of concealer first. So I just don't spread it around everywhere, because when you go under your eyes first and then all that concealer is left and you go like this, then it's all over your forehead and all over your nose. And I always make this weird face as well. So what else can I say? Always leave your do not disturb on your door, and if you can, leave your TV on, because that just makes someone think there's someone in the room, even though there isn't. I mean, they're not sure. Sometimes they feel like, she was alone, but when the TV is on, they're just like, maybe she was actually with someone, maybe she had a guest, maybe she left someone inside, and so it just kind of acts as an extra security. I make sure to get like these areas because that's where like concealer settles. Not just concealer but product in general, powder, foundation, so make sure to get that area as well. So what else do you guys want to know about me? Maybe I should have done a Q&A. I just feel like those are really common and boring sometimes. So I'm going with a bit of foundation on my blender just above the concealer, again just to kind of mute it so it's not too much. I think I'm going to pick up a smaller mirror. I'm actually getting ready to go to work, so trying to be as fast as I can get this done. Sometimes I actually highlight with foundation because I find that it lasts long and you don't get any issues. I prefer it actually. So if I have like a really long day or long flight, I will just highlight with foundation instead of going in with concealer, and it stays really amazing and just banging the whole time. It's banging the whole time. Oh yeah, that's another tip. You can use a lighter foundation to highlight with, and then I'll go over everything with my brush. This is the same brush I used for my foundation, just to blend out the edges so they're not really harsh. You don't see a clear demarcation of this is where the concealer reached and this is where the foundation starts. Yeah, so everything is just nice and together, married. So this is my first video. I should be talking more about myself and interesting stuff, but I'm not very good at this chit-chat. You know those people who don't know how to really multitask when they're doing their makeup? You're really focused and you just want to be done. That's me. So I hope I'll get better at it. This is my Inglot Gel liner, and I think this is by far the most amazing liner I have ever used, and it's so easy to use as well. So I sing as well. I love singing, and hopefully I'll be doing a few singing videos. I used to dance as well. I used to be a dancer. Like the other day I was trying to learn how to, what's the name of this? Is it called flossing? Flossing. I think it's flossing. I'm not really sure. My amazing dancer of a husband was teaching me how to floss. Is it called flossing? Wait, I hope it's called flossing because I'm also saying how to floss and maybe it's not even called flossing. You know the one where the, okay, I can't even explain it, it's hard to explain, but I was trying to learn that move, and man, I realized I'm aging. I'm just not able to coordinate most of the moves anymore. And I know people who know me and know that I used to dance would be like, what? How do you now have 2 left feet? I don't even know. I don't even know. Yeah, so I'm just trying to blend out that concealer so we don't have a line of demarcation going on over here. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do will be to contour just with powder because I don't want to be super snatched. I'll just basically speed through that one. So this video is not that long. Yeah, so just Alright, so for highlight today I will use the Laura Mercier because I don't want to glow too much, and I feel like this is very natural. You know, that highlighter that is there but is not really there. This is the one I use when I want to look like that. There but not really. It's really subtle. Maybe too subtle. I don't want to spin my brush, but let me spray my brush and see how it will be. Okay. Is this nothing, or is it me who's seeing nothing? Do you see anything? I feel like there's nothing showing up. I mean, of course there's something, but I just feel like it could be better. Okay, so back to fast forwarding. So I'm just gonna go now finish my under eye. And I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible. Alright, and let's go under the eye. Let's see what shade do I want to go with. So we started with Enchanted. So I'll take the shade from the Jacqueline K palette and just place it right under the eye. Oh my goodness, my table is full of stuff. So right under the liner, and just kind of press it to sort of set the eyeliner and not pull it too much towards the middle of the eye, but focus it here on the edge. Just right there, bring it to like right in the middle, right there. And I'm just literally patting. And we're going to blend it out so it doesn't look so harsh. Wow, that is thick. I made it so thick. On this side as well, same thing. So we're just going to try and achieve the same gradient effect that we had at the top. So do the darkest one that we put in right below your waterline. And then we'll blend it out with Chocolate from Joanna K Palette. I think I moved that to way too much. Just blend that really lightly. You really have to blend it, otherwise it will be a really harsh line just sitting there. Make sure you blend it. Okay. I think I pulled this a bit too much on the other side, so let me try and equalize it on this eye as well. Alright, good. And then I'll take another small brush and dip into Chocolate. Let's go over it. So it's like a gradient. Actually, this palette has a mirror. I don't know why find myself using other mirrors. It's actually a really nice mirror. And it's nice and long. I love that about it. And then I'll take a fluffy brush, but a small one, and just dip into a bit of transition. And listen, this palette is pigmented, so you want to dip in very lightly. And I'll just go over everything under there. Alright, and I've got this trick that I do with my mascara. So I take a black mascara and I just go over the hairs of my eyebrow. And just really lightly, like you just want to get the hair and not like your skin, if that makes sense. Just lightly. That makes them look like they're HD, 3D, one of those. You get what I mean? Makes them stand out more. And also it acts like a brow gel, so it sets your eyebrow hairs, especially those people that have unruly hairs. Absolutely sets them. Alright, so I think we're mostly done here. There's nothing much to do. Oh wait, so for the lips I think I will go with red. Just gonna line my lips. This is just a normal Wet n Wild liner. The red I'm using today is from Colourpop and it's called Season 10. I like it. It's really creamy and it's a gorgeous red. I also tried this look with green. I had a green lipstick from Sephora and it's gorgeous. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw the picture. I'll try to insert the picture, or maybe you can just follow me on Instagram at Michelle, my name. Just bumping myself here. So that's how it looks with the red. I'll just quickly go do my hair, and then I'll come do the final reviews of what I think on the palette. Alright. Well, alright, so this is the final look. Let me tell you what I think about the palette, okay? So, I love the pigment. I love that it actually shows up on skin, on dark skin, because I feel like my skin is a little darker and most of the time the palettes don't actually show. Like the color pigment doesn't show up on my skin tone. So I appreciate that the colors actually show, especially transition. Like I know it's supposed to be, I know it's a transition shade and it's my skin tone, my skin color, if I can say that, but it actually shows up. Let me just hold it up for you to see. This actually shows up on my skin. I can use it really nicely just to mute it, just to kind of mute my lid. It works really well for that. Another thing that I have to say about this palette, which I don't like, is the kickback. When you pick up the pigment on the brush, it's very loose, if I can say that, and there's a lot of kickback on the palette, and so it's hard to keep your palette clean because it will spread all over, and so every time you close it, it will either get onto the other side or like spread around. The good thing is it doesn't go into other shades. So far I haven't seen like the blue go into like the golden or the green go into the pink, so that's good because then that would be a whole mess. About the packaging, I like this African print situation that's going on here. I like the representation of a black woman, so that's a good thing. I think overall she actually did a really good job, and I really love that it has a mirror. I think I said that already. I would really say try it for yourself, try different looks. The only issue I have with it concerning looks is the fact that I don't have like most of the mattes to the shimmers. I'm mostly someone, and this is just a preference, right? Sorry, I'm trying not to blind you with the mirror. I like for my shimmers to have their mattes, so I can kind of like do what I did. So if it's like a gold shimmer, well, not a gold shimmer, a colored shimmer, so like a green shimmer can go out with a matte and kind of like smoke it out. But that's just a preference. You, of course, not many people have to do that, you know, like have a monochrome smoky. That's just me, that's my preference. But I love that it has like dark chocolate and a dark brown. I would say this, I wouldn't really call it a black. I think it's a dark brown, to me at least. And just the orange, of course, and transition shades. I love the shimmers. I would have done a swatch for you, like a finger swatch, but I really don't think people apply shadows with their fingers. But still, I tried the swatches, you know, just to kind of have a feel of how it looks, and maybe I will include a picture with the swatches. But if I don't, I just want you to know that it's actually really good. Like, the swatches come out really nicely, they're creamy, and the mattes are really buttery, they show up. I love it. So yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say. So thank you for staying all the way till this point. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned from the look, and I hope you enjoyed. And I'd just like to also invite you to follow me on my social media. I am at Michelle My Name on Instagram, and Michelle is my name on Facebook. I would love for you to join the family and also subscribe. You know how people do, like the button below. I don't even know what side it is. I think this one, so you don't miss my other videos. And I hope that you will continue to enjoy my content as we continue on this journey. And so take care, God bless you, and I'll see you in my next video.